Hi everyone, my name is Ananya and some of you may remember me from season 1 of the Lit Kids Talk Show. Today, I'm going to be talking about something I'm sure we've all experienced at least once: peer pressure. Peer pressure can be divided into positive, negative, direct, and indirect. Yeah, I said positive peer pressure. I know most of us immediately think of negative peer pressure, but it can actually be a positive thing too. For example, if all your friends are studying for a test next weekend, you'll probably end up studying for it too. Or maybe, you've made a lot of boundaries for yourself and that's restricting you from doing something. Your friends can actually encourage you and help you break those barriers and you reach your full potential. I mean, that's happened to me, and it was really awesome because I could finally do something that I was too scared to do but I really wanted to do. Ultimately, peer pressure is just about surrounding yourself with the right kind of people and people who respect your boundaries but also break ones that may not necessarily be positively impacting you. However, at the same time, it's important to know that some boundaries need to be respected. And when people don't respect those boundaries or make you feel uncomfortable, that's called negative peer pressure. And it can lead us to do some really dumb things that we know is not good for us. On a larger scale, it means smoking, drugs, drinking. And even on a smaller scale, maybe your grades drop, maybe you get in trouble with a teacher, maybe you're mean to someone just because everyone else is. Maybe you change your sense of style. That one I can personally relate to. Because sometimes, maybe you have a really alternative style of dressing. Maybe you like wearing Indian clothes. Maybe you don't wear branded clothes. But that subtle pressure that comes because you can see other people around you wearing things like that, it affects you and you're like, should I just buy clothes that they're wearing? Don't. Do not compensate on your individuality. It's just not worth it because you end up losing your personality to something that it's just not worth it. This kind of pressure is called indirect peer pressure. The people around you are not directly telling you, dress like this, do something, but it still counts as peer pressure. And there's just no going back from some of these things. They can affect your health and your mental health for your whole entire life after that. So it's important to know when a situation is making you uncomfortable, always listen to your gut. Your gut is right, and if your gut is telling you, I don't want to do this, I'm feeling queasy, just get out of there. It's 100% okay to say no. You should surround yourself with people who you can say no to and who will respect that. However, if they don't respect that or if you find it hard to say no, that is also okay. It is 100% okay to just make an excuse and get out of that situation. You should just text your parents or maybe say I'm not feeling like it or some excuse or the other and just get out of there. And most importantly, try talking to that friend. Try talking to that person because they also may be harming themselves and other people around them. This brings me to the next thing I want to say, which is, what do you do when a really good friend of yours is pressurizing you? That's one of the hardest things to deal with because you're like, do I tell them? Is it worth it? Maybe it's just not such a big deal, and you shrug it off or you try to hide your discomfort. Do not do that. If your friend is a true friend, you should go and talk to them and they will listen. If this friend is really worth your time, they'll respect your boundaries, listen to you, and just say, okay, I'm sorry, I won't do this in the future. But if they laugh, shrug it off, or if they continue to behave like that, I think it might be time to ditch them. But yeah, just get people who respect you. And maybe you might not have to directly tell them, but you can just, slowly start distancing yourself from people like that. I've seen it works. If I don't want to be around a person, I may not be direct. I may just slowly, start spending time with other people who I like spending time with, and it just makes me happier. Trust me, this is all worth it. You'll realize that knot in your stomach just disappears and you're not so worried anymore. It's a really great feeling. And if it starts getting serious, I would consider telling, like, maybe a teacher or your parents. Maybe even if they don't actively do it, do something about it. It's just nice to have someone listen to you. And sometimes that's just all you need to relieve that knot and that stress. Also, try talking to the friend to make them stop doing something. Like if they're being mean to someone for no reason, try talking to them. Try to make them stop doing that too, Because if they listen, that'd be really great. Communication is key. This brings us to the grand question of how do you know if you're surrounding yourself with the right people? Firstly, I would think you don't feel judged around these people, It's just generally a very, very chilled zone you're in. There's no fear, there's no queasiness. You don't feel the need to compete with this person. Because I feel ultimately in a small group of friends, even though it's a group or whatever, they really respect each person's individuality and each person's uniqueness. Instead of everyone trying to be like each other, you just really respect and love the person exactly how they are, Another thing I think is that suppose when they give you advice, you don't feel bad or you don't feel guilty or you don't feel stupid or you don't feel like, is that even good advice? And even when they give you criticism, it just doesn't feel that bad because you know that they're not judging you. They're genuinely just trying to help you. So I feel these are some things that can really help you know whether you're with the right group of people. And also, don't make friends for your social status. I know it's the truth. There are cool groups and there are groups that are not as cool, but is it even worth it after a point? Because how long do cool groups even stay cool for, Also in the long run, it won't matter if you were in the cool group, but if you made really good friends, those friends are gonna last you for a really long time. Now you may ask, is this going to affect me later on in life? Yes, it is, really, honestly. As an adult, it can make you a very insecure person because, when you were younger, you were really scared of being judged and that doesn't go away, it gnaws at you. Trust issues, also you're like, can I trust this person? You're scared, I think it will also be harder to find yourself, because you compensated on who you were to fit in with everyone else. Be careful of who you surround yourself with. Can have repercussions for a lifetime, even physically on you, like if you smoking drugs, you get into an accident. Because if done right, friendship can be a really beautiful thing because it can help you grow as a person. It can help you discover new things about yourself. It can help you discover new things that you're good at. It can help you conquer fears and just bring more laughter in your life. So don't be scared of friendship. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what peer pressure is. It's just about surrounding yourself with the right kind of people. And lastly, please like and share this video and subscribe to Lit Kids.